We just got late again.
Oh, I thought a picture.
No.
Let's have a picture. It's a video. Oh my gosh, my hair. I.
Aloha from Honolulu,
Take a picture again.
Paradise Cove, 2017.
I don't like her. I like mine.
At this event, we're like to invite our two Hawaii villagers out here to delay the imwa, describe on how we created it. First, we dug a hole 3 feet deep, 3 feet wide, depending on the size of the pig. After that, lit fires kiawe wood. After that, we grab papahaku or rocks, laid that right over. Then we grab banana leaves and tea leaves, laid that right over. Then we prepare the pig, put it inside, and grab more banana leaves and tea leaves, laid that right over. And last but not least, you pack it down with a lohala mat and leave it to 8 hours to cook. And there you have it, the ancient style of cooking. Now on the count of 3, our two Hawaii villagers will know how to pipe or lift the pig. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it, the kalua pua'a. I'd like to invite the hula maidens back into the stage to perform another hula for all of you, talking about the new or the coconut, using the shell of the coconut as implements. It will bind a moss man for this wonderful fun-filled melody. Niu ho ho.
What can you say? What can you say about this little? You like it?
Yeah, I like it. You just need to appreciate it. I think it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Very nice. Paradise Anyways, they got this Pacific Museum, Aviator's Guide, guided tour, Battleship Missouri, USS Bowfin Submarine Museum, World War II National Monument, Pearl Harbor Historic Sites, Pacific Aviation Museum, USS.
I'm gonna take a picture of the whole thing.
There's that thing floating on the water.
You wanna stand there?
course,
I'll
as
take
I
you a
saw.
picture on the side. You wanna stand
Sure.
there? Okay. We got all the things.
Honolulu, Hawaii. We have to go through a checkpoint.
I have a picture there.
Through a checkpoint. Let's go. Additional losses. Submarine Memorial Chapel, Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The submarine service lost many dedicated men to individual tragedies. They too made the ultimate sacrifice in the relentless struggle against the enemy. The dangers and risks faced by submariners during wartime were numerous. On the 4th of December 1941, Thresher encountered rough weather as she was returning to Pearl Harbor from simulated war patrol. Seaman William D. Grover, the lookout, was seriously injured when a mountainous wave threw him from the periscope. Shears to the deck, Thresher's arrival at Pearl Harbor was delayed by the Japanese attack on December 7th, and Grover died on board, becoming the first U.S. submariner lost during World War II. Throughout the following 4 years, many other gallant submariners gave their lives. On August 17, 1942, while Bass was on patrol, fire broke out in her after battery compartment and suffocated 26 crewmen. On the 19th of January 1943, 5 submarine forces staff officers who were en route to a strategic conference died in a plane crash in February 1945. While the Sea Fox was at Guam for a refit, 5 of her crew members were killed in Japanese ambush. 40 additional submariners were lost during World War II, either by enemy gunfire or through tragic mishap. Like the men who went down with their submarines, these courageous sailors were on their internal silent patrol. They did not live to see the war end, but the final victory belongs to them. The men that died: Adair R., Ambo S., Barrett JF, Blag LO, Boychulk T., Garland RL, Gibson LG, Geimer DR, Larkin JJ, Luke D. Merritt RF, Minor JE, Knox, Pittinger, Pleva, Reed, Robson, Rowe, Schneider, Steele, Steenhauer, Swanson, Walters, Ward, and USS Billfish. Red Team 8, USS USS Tullibee, USS Trout, USS Triton, USS Tang, USS Sealwolf, USS Shark, USS S-39, USS S-44, lost at sea, USS Scorpion, lost at sea February 1944, USS 27, USS Snook, USS S-36, January 1942, USS R-12, June 1943, USS Robalo, July 26, 1944, USS Pompano, August-September 1943, USS Pickerel, April 3rd, 1943, USS Largardo, May 3rd, 1945, USS Kit, March 1945, USS Grunion, August 1942, USS Perch, March 1942, USS Growler, November 1944, Hawaii State Boat USS Growler, lost with 46 brave men, November 1944. USS Grenadier, April 1943, USS Grampus, March 1943, USS Gullet, June 1944, USS Escolar, October 1944, USS Darter, October 1944, USS Cisco,
I told you, honey. What did I say this morning?
USS Bonefish,
Remember that.
June 1945,
Suddenly go wacko-annuals on. Sorry, but
USS Barbell, February 1945, USS Albacore, November 1944. Lots of brave men gave their lives and everything else they could give here. There's a flower girl over there. taking pictures of herself in the flower tree. I'm over here doing the real stuff. Oh, here's a better picture of that ship. So there's the front of it going down to the back. It's a submarine, I believe. It's supposed to be $65 per view, per person, per objective here. It just seems a little bit too much. So this is one of their middle missiles. This is a Mark 14 steam-driven torpedo. During World War II, the performance of the U.S. torpedoes was marked by numerous problems. The tin fish ran deeper than they were set, often ran erratically, and had defective explorer mechanisms. Thank you. Explorer mechanisms in the warheads. It wasn't until 1943, 2 years into the Pacific War, that the main problems were corrected and our submarines could go in to sea, a reasonably effective primary weapon. Always love it when those people are walking right in front of you when you're video recording. Mark 45 nuclear torpedo. This green one here. This is, I believe, a clip which would be dropped. Introduced in 1958, the Mark 45 was the U.S. Navy's first submarine-launched torpedo with a nuclear warhead. It could be fired from the standard 21-inch torpedo tube on any class of submarine. The Mark 45 was a controversial weapon because even at the maximum range, the exploding nuclear warhead could cause damage not only to the submarine's target, but also to the launching submarine. Therefore, when fired, the Mark 45 would be aimed in general direction and to the far side of the target in order to place as much distance possible between the submarine and the nuclear explosion. The Mark 45 was in use until 1976. Its weight is approximately 4,000 pounds. Its length is 18.5 feet. Diameter is 21 inches. Range is 8,000 to 20,000 yards. Pretty impressive. I assume these are the nuclear warheads that were used. Just like this. Yep, I could definitely see that falling from the sky for sure. Quite a sight to see. This one is labeled A3T-MTVA-004 inert. Now this one right here is the Polaris A1 submarine launched ballistic missile. Developed by Lockheed in the late 1950s, Polaris A1 was the first submarine launched ballistic missile, SLBM. It had two-stage solid fuel rocket motors and could be shot submerged or surfaced. Its sophisticated inertial guidance system was capable of delivering a nuclear warhead on target 1,380 miles away from 16 A1s were deployed on each of the 5 George Washington class 100-powered fleet ballistic missiles (FBM) submarines from 1960 to 1965. When the A1 was officially retired from active duty on October 14, 1965, these 5 submarines were all refitted to carry the new Polaris A3 missile. This particular A1 is one of the oldest LBMs in existence. Its length is 28.5 feet, its weight is 30,000 pounds, diameter is 4.5 feet, its range is 1,380 feet. Similar one over here. They have these kind of like rocket thrusters down here. Propulsion. They have a hydraulic system on the bottom. So anyways, this is Pearl Harbor here. I'm assuming that somewhere out there is where the bomb was dropped. Alright, gonna probably go back home, get out of the sun for a little bit, then head back out again. Here in Pearl Harbor,
That is my favorite tree right there.
the United States Marines Pearl Harbor, dedicated November 10th, 2005 to Lieutenant Colonel D.R. Fox and the 87 men of the Marine Detachment on board the USS Arizona, December 7, 1941 at 0755. Born July 10, 1898, died December 7, 1941. Kia aboard the USS Arizona in defense of Pearl Harbor. USS Marines who survived the attack: Baker John M. Sargent, Private Graham Edward J., Private Cabness Frank R., PLT Sergeant Edward J. Carter, PFC James E. Corey, First Lieutenant John P. Corsi, PFC Lamar S. Crawford, Captain John H. Earl, PFC Kenneth D. Goodman, PVT Charles L. Hardy, PVT Russell J. McCurdy, CPL Earl C. Nightingale, MAG Alan Shapley, CPL Michael Soley, PFC Donald G. Young. Semper Fidelis, Mahalo. I'll just zoom in so you can see them instead of me reading them off. And here. Always on the camera, taking selfies.
Baby, can you take me a picture here with this app? Right here. You and me, baby. Come on.
Huh.
This app. You
I'm
and
making
me.
a video right now.
Huh? Right there, we're gonna have a picture there.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Is that coconut? There's a coconut tree. What can you say about Paradise Cove?
It's beautiful. Actually, in the Philippines, like in the Puerto Sol Beach Hotel, similar.
I'm gonna try to do this without dropping my phone. 18th floor, Waikiki Beach. most luxurious, exquisite motel resort in all of Waikiki. We have king-size bed. We have a very big, spacious room here. We have a wooden surfboard clock.
Do not video me here, huh?
We have a wave. That's a wave.
Or you're gonna erase it.
We have a Lay's 50-inch TV. My Air Force One tennis shoes. And that's our view. Oh yeah, and we got a rental car too. Booyah! Look at that yacht way out there. People out there paddleboarding and stuff like that. Oh, you got a paraglider all the way out there, up in the air. Where is it? Right there. Pretty cool. The water is crystal clear.